Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Haiku Talk. I'm your host, Ben Ga, your friendly neighborhood haiku poet. And today we're going to take a look at a Senryu from the newest issue of Prune Juice, with the first line of Stretching. This one is from LeRoy Gorman. And with that said, you know what time it is. Time to sit back, relax, grab yourself a tasty beverage, and let's Senryu. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Haiku Talk. This episode, we're taking a look at kind of a funny Senryu, because Senryu can be funny. And this one I just kept coming back to it. And that's really how I pick these. I read an episode of a new journal. I make a couple, make notes, my normal notes that I take when I'm reading the journal about poems I like, don't like, whatever. And then it's those little ones that keep coming back to me that I keep thinking about that usually wind their way up on the channel. And I also try not to repeat a poet. So far, we're into the early 70s and I haven't had a repeat yet. So I'm pretty proud about that. We'll see how that goes once I cross that 100 threshold. But so far, you've been introduced to a little over 70 living poets. With that said, let's take a look at this one from LeRoy Gorman, from the latest issue of Prune Juice. Stretching the truth. Relaxed fit. Stretching the truth. Relaxed fit. Now, this one just gets me because, we're coming out of a pandemic, and I know a lot of my, I put on a little bit of weight over this past couple years. I know I'm not alone in that. I think in some degree, some of the fitness that we had before the pandemic has sort of laxed a little bit, and there's a little bit more body acceptance about who we are as who we are, thankfully. But this poem just kind of crack me up. It gets to the heart of what it's like to put on a few pounds and then still want to go out in public. It does follow the fragment and phrase format, with the phrase being stretching the truth and the fragment being relaxed fit. And relaxed fit, if that phrase doesn't, or that fragment doesn't hit home with you, it means sort of baggy or stretchy clothing that is exactly what it is. It's a relaxed fit. It's not super tight. It's not super body forming. It allows you to kind of relax in the fit of those clothes. So let's take a look at this line by line. We have the first line, a one-word line, and I'm a big fan of one-word lines, and that word is stretching. Stretching. And it's a great line. It's an action. It is something that is happening. You're placed right in a moment of something happening, a stretching of something. We don't really know what that stretching is, but to me, it's a good, interesting word that puts me in motion in something. Now we get to line two, and that line two is the truth. The truth. So now we can see the phrase stretching the truth as the first two lines. And so you can't help but read those first two lines as a phrase. Sometimes when we look at these poems line by line, each line can kind of stand alone in the way that it's constructed in the poem. And in this poem, stretching the truth, they're tied very tightly together because it is a common phrase. And the way that it's broken up in those two lines makes it interesting and makes it more engaging to come across it. And so I appreciate what LeRoy Gorman has done there. And it's a phrase, so stretching the truth. So somebody is, almost lying, getting to the point of lying. And that could be taken in any number of ways. We don't know what the context of this is just yet, but we know that it's something that we're going to need context for to actually get what the truth is that we're stretching. And so you go to that third line, and it's relaxed fit. Relaxed fit. And it's just, I laugh. It's a funny line. It's a punchline for a joke. And it comes at you like a joke. Like it's kind of the way that it builds to that and it subverts the last line. It's not something serious. Stretching the truth sounds like it could be a very serious poem. But then it goes to relaxed fit. And then obviously you're thinking, it's clothing. And I just feel it's very applicable to the state of my world and others I know's world coming out of this pandemic that we've been in. And that's really it. That's the poem. It's a nice moment. It fits it is Senryu all the way. It's in a Senryu journal. Prune Juice is a Senryu journal primarily. And it is about human nature. And human nature, we're a little vain. We worry about our weight. We worry about our appearance. And this kind of pokes fun at that a little bit. And we need a laugh from time to time. I know I do. And thank you for tuning in. That's it. LeRoy Gorman, Stretching the Truth, Relaxed Fit, latest issue of Prune Juice. With that said, thanks for tuning in. I'll go through the YouTube checklist. Please like this if you liked the content. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And if you liked and subscribed, think about ringing the bell so you get notified when new episodes launch. Until next time, peace, everybody. Peace.